Just like there's a long list of liberal celebrities who swear they'll go if a Republican is elected, and no one ever does. Miley Cyrus once said, "I am moving if Trump is my president. I don't say things I don't mean." Here she is looking miserable, having to endure America at the Grammys last Sunday. I guess she flew back from Tajikistan.
Bill Maher is hilariously calling out woke celebrities, once again showcasing his sharp talent for exposing Hollywood's contradictions. The comedian and talk show host turns his focus this time on stars who loudly promote lofty ideals but conveniently dodge any real personal consequences. Watching Maher dismantle the self-righteous attitude of fame is not just entertaining, it's oddly satisfying.
In 2016, Eddie Griffin said, "If Trump wins, I'm moving to Africa." Apparently very slowly, because in Trump's 4 years, he only got as far as Van Nuys. George Lopez once said that if Trump won, he won't have to worry about immigration. We'll all go back. George Lopez still here.
Maher's latest roast marks his long-awaited return to taking on Hollywood, and fans are eagerly anticipating his signature no-holds-barred commentary. This time, he sets his sights on celebrities who preach moral or political values while living comfortably in a bubble, far removed from the real-world impact of their words. The result is a perfect blend of sharp humor and piercing critique, classic Bill Maher, funny, unapologetic, and thought-provoking all at once.
Russia just referring to the war in Ukraine as a war can get you 15 years in the fabulous prisons made famous by some of the world's most famous novels. You think America's evil because we didn't nominate Margot Robbie for an Oscar? Just wait till you get thrown out the window of your very own dream house.
Amid the laughter, Maher also raises sharp questions about the confusing and often contradictory nature of modern political messaging. He highlights, for example, the irony of campaign slogans like "Vote for me because I hate it here," exposing the absurdity of promoting oneself by attacking the very system one seeks to lead. It's a clever and witty observation that perfectly blends comedy with insight, leaving audiences both amused and slightly unsettled.
I'm confused by this political message. Vote for me because I hate it here. Now, does America have big problems? Yes, I've often cited the America Sucks list. Things like being 54th in the world in infant mortality behind Cuba, 19th in literacy behind Russia, 72nd in female representation in government behind Iraq. A lot of work to do here. And is it possible for a country to lose itself so much that leaving it is justified? Yes, but we're not there yet, not by a long shot, and we don't need quitters. We need people who will stay and fix it.
Bill Maher opened with a sharp warning to celebrities and politicians: don't lecture the public on fixing America if you're not willing to do the work. He mocked those who make grand statements from luxury while staying detached from real struggles. Words mean nothing, he argued, without effort or sacrifice. Maher reminded viewers that America, though imperfect, is still strong, and progress requires action, not endless complaining or showy activism.
Maybe the problem isn't that America isn't worth defending. Maybe the problem is that lots of people today are entitled whiners who have no perspective and no idea how good they have it. 59% of self-identified liberals say there have been times when they considered leaving America for good, like after NBC canceled The West Wing.
It may sound exaggerated, but Maher's point reflects reality. Over the years, many Americans have loudly declared they'd leave the country at the slightest political or cultural disagreement. The most memorable wave came after Donald Trump's election, when celebrities and everyday people alike vowed to move to Canada as a form of protest, though few ever did. Maher notes that some even threatened to leave simply because certain trendy ideologies aren't embraced nationwide. Instead of helping improve their country, they fantasize about running away. His message is clear: true patriotism isn't about dramatic gestures or empty threats, it's about staying, facing challenges head-on, and working to make America stronger.
I don't get it. You want so badly for every immigrant to come to this country and experience the good life, but somehow it's so terrible you want to leave? And I see conservatives in Texas are talking secession again. They have 2 bumper stickers in that state: America, love it or leave it, and we're leaving it.
Exactly. Celebrities and politicians often send mixed messages that confuse their supporters. They praise America as a land of opportunity while also declaring shame on the nation and threatening to leave when things don't go their way. If the country is so terrible, why invite others to come? And if it truly represents freedom, why keep threatening to abandon it? Maher nailed the point. This kind of double talk exposes how shallow and self-serving much of their so-called activism really is.
A long list of liberal celebrities who swear they'll go if a Republican is elected, and no one ever does. Miley Cyrus once said, "I am moving if Trump is my president. I don't say things I don't mean." Here she is looking miserable, having to endure America at the Grammys last Sunday.
Here's the irony. Despite their loud threats to leave, most of these celebrities stay in America, enjoying the very comforts and freedoms they criticize. Deep down, they know no other country offers the same platform, opportunity, or luxury. Their dramatic promises to leave were never about conviction, it was all about appearances and virtue signaling. These performances make them look bold to their audience, but once the spotlight fades, they remain right where they are. Maher cuts through the act perfectly. It's not bravery, it's performance, and their true loyalty lies with their image, not their ideals.
I guess she flew back from Tajikistan. In 2016, Eddie Griffin said, "If Trump wins, I'm moving to Africa." Apparently very slowly, because in Trump's 4 years, he only got as far as Van Nuys. George Lopez once said that if Trump won, he won't have to worry about immigration. We'll all go back. George Lopez still here. And it doesn't look like the migrant traffic is going back.
This is why it's hard to take celebrities seriously when they lecture others about politics or morality. Their lives are completely removed from reality, protected by wealth, gated homes, and private jets. If things ever got uncomfortable, they could just move anywhere they wanted. Meanwhile, ordinary Americans deal with real struggles: bills, rent, and putting food on the table. For most people, politics isn't about image, it's about survival. That's why we listen to leaders who face real issues, not celebrities whose biggest worry is picking a vacation spot. Their lectures just don't carry any weight.
There's all the TikToks telling Americans things like,
I think the new American dream is to leave.
I'm 18 years old and I escaped America.
Yeah, you don't have to escape America. That wall we're always debating isn't to keep you in.
This is where the hypocrisy reaches its peak. Some self-proclaimed social justice warriors act as if America is no different from North Korea, as though people here are trapped without escape. The irony couldn't be clearer. No one is racing to move to North Korea to build a life or raise a family. Its citizens risk everything just to get out. Meanwhile, the United States, the very nation these activists constantly bash, remains the top destination for millions seeking freedom and opportunity. Maher's point lands perfectly. If America is truly so terrible, why is the rest of the world trying to get in instead of out?
The New Republic just ran a story about the vulnerable minorities who want to flee America, including the author, a gay man trapped in the dystopian homophobic hellscape that is New York City. I wonder if he knows that there are 66 countries where just being gay is a crime. Cute story in the news last month. Burundi's president called on his citizens to stone gay people, and not in the good way. Wow, suddenly the don't say gay law doesn't sound all that bad.
When it comes to the LGBTQ+ community, Maher makes a strong point: America is their safest and most supportive home. Few places in the world offer the same level of legal protection, visibility, and freedom. In the US, LGBTQ+ people can live openly, express themselves, and be represented in politics and media in ways that remain impossible in many other countries. Even Europe, often praised for its progressivism, still struggles with discrimination and limited inclusion. So, Maher asks, why talk about leaving when everything needed for freedom and equality already exists here? Despite its flaws, America remains one of the most empowering places for LGBTQ+ individuals.
And Uganda? Oh, they don't just give you a ticket for parking in the rear. You can get the penalty for it. In China, they have the penalty for almost 50 crimes. And in 13 countries, atheism is punishable by death, and 61 imposed restrictions on women's clothing, so bring a scarf. According to Amnesty International, paramilitary groups killed the government's critics in Argentina, Brazil, Colombia, Venezuela, and arbitrary detentions are widespread in Cuba, Ecuador, El Salvador, Nicaragua. If you're wondering how that's just like no cash bail, it's not.
This is exactly why so many people around the world dream of coming to America. From every corner of the globe, they're drawn by the freedom to speak without fear, to build a career, and to create a better life through hard work. That's the American promise, the chance to rise through effort and determination. Millions risk everything just to reach its shores. Yet, ironically, many who already live here fail to see how fortunate they are. Instead of appreciating their freedoms, they complain and criticize the very country that gives them more opportunity than anywhere else. It's like a spoiled child throwing a tantrum, blind to the privileges they already enjoy every day.
If, for your exile, you do wind up in some comparatively luxurious place like Canada or Japan or the UK, not that they want you. At best, you'll be trading a bunch of stuff you hate about this country for a bunch of stuff you'll soon hate about your new home. It took me only 4 days in Amsterdam to learn that while I admire Amsterdam, I don't want to live there. The buildings are cramped and shaped like needles.
Bill Maher's takedown of the woke mob hits hard, exposing how performative much of today's activism has become. Protests that block roads or burn flags grab attention but solve nothing. Celebrities and politicians preach about oppression while enjoying the freedoms and wealth they condemn. Meanwhile, everyday Americans focus on surviving, working, paying bills, and feeding their families. Maher reminds us that real change comes from effort and action, not online theatrics. Despite its flaws, America is still the country people strive to enter, not leave. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more.